about Brooke and JK in this last episode of Life After Lockup. So we got Brooke. She's still unemployed. She's left her kids with her mom, I'm assuming, once again. And she's driving all around town saying she's about to meet up with Alex and try to get to the bottom of things, because apparently Bonnie was telling her that Alex was pregnant with JK's baby and miscarried, and Alex has agreed to meet up with Brooke one-on-one to have a sit-down with her. And for Brooke, this could be an amazing opportunity to get some intel and see what's really going on outside of just hearing what JK wants to tell her. But instead, Brooke let her emotions get the best of her, and I think once she heard about this opportunity with Alex, I don't think she really cared about getting the intel. I think deep down she knew what she heard about Alex getting pregnant was true. I think she just wanted her opportunity to look like this big badass and try to fight Alex and have this big viral moment. I think that's what she was seeing this as an opportunity to do. So she shows up to meet Alex, and Alex is just sitting down at this picnic table. She's ready to just sit down and have a conversation woman to woman. But Brooke just walked in acting crazy. She gets in Alex's face and said, you know what me and JK got going on, because we're boyfriend-girlfriend, is none of your business. You need to keep your ass out of our relationship. Leave JK alone. And Alex was pretty much telling Brooke that JK's an amazing man and that he really has been going through it. Brooke was just in attack mode. She couldn't go a few sentences without throwing some kind of attack on Alex. She's like, you're ugly. Is this really how you showed up coming to meet me? If I was Alex, I would have been like, hell yeah, I ain't trying to impress your ass. And plus, Brooke wants to talk about how ugly Alex is, but obviously your man loves it. He can't stay away from the girl. He knocked her up. I think that's just Brooke really having misplaced anger. And yes, I understand she should be angry towards Alex, but she should be having these same exact conversations and checking her man just as much as she's checking Alex. Plus the fact that Alex feels confident enough that she can just show up with her hair in a ponytail, no makeup. That says that she's happy with herself. And Brooke wants to throw shade at what she's wearing. And yes, Brooke did look nice. I think that's the nicest that we've seen Brooke look since we've seen her on the show. And I think she just wanted to show up and show Alex, like, look, you know, this is what JK really wants. And she was just trying to, like, flaunt it. But Brooke is sitting here forgetting how she looks every other episode. Like last week, she showed up on her TV screens with all these stains on her shirts, and she's typically the one wearing baggy shirts, just like Alex was wearing. They all wear the same kind of stuff. So Brooke is sitting here acting like she's on this high horse, and I think she needs to take it down a few notches. Alex was willing to give Brooke some hot tea that day, but since Brooke couldn't sit down and have a conversation, Alex got up and started walking away because Brooke just wanted to look all big and bad and call her ugly and talk about how, oh, you miscarried? Well, whose baby was it? You know, it must be hard not knowing whose baby it is when you're sitting here hoeing around. And I think that's just things that Brooke is trying to convince herself. I don't blame Alex for walking off. I don't have to be here. I don't have to be sitting here telling you anything. I'm doing you a favor. But Brooke just wanted to sit there and have a little viral moment, and Alex wasn't trying to participate in it. And while Alex was trying to walk back to her car, Brooke got on her face and was like, come on, talk to me. And she's like, no, I'm not doing this with you. You can't have a conversation. You could tell every time Alex said something to Brooke and responded to her and gave her what she wanted, it just hyped up Brooke even more. It seemed like there was nothing that was going to diffuse the situation, so Alex decided to take herself out of the situation. But while she's trying to walk to her car, Brooke's all in her face, sitting there taunting her, and all of a sudden, Brooke gets up in her face, and Alex was like, get away from me right now. And Brooke was like, and you're going to do what? You're going to do what? Then Brooke goes up and smacks freaking Alex in the face, barely pops her in the face, and Alex started going to town on her, wailing on her. They're both sitting there throwing punches at each other. Next thing you know, Alex has her on the ground and is dragging her ass, and then we see Brooke just sitting there with her back on the ground with her feet wailing in the air. This scene right here, especially with her on the ground, it just reminded me of one of those commercials, you know, when they're like, I've fallen and I can't get up. Well, as soon as she is on the ground, Alex is like, you know what? I'm going to leave this girl alone. Alex really could have beat her ass, and she was winning in that fight. But she decided to just walk away, and Brooke's like, oh, you're just going to walk away? You're scared? It's like, okay, Brooke, quit trying to act like you just beat this girl's ass because that girl just dragged you. She sat there and walked up and barely smacked her. And that's why in a fight, you got to make sure, like, especially your first punch, you got to make it count. You got to really put some power in that punch to try to knock that person out or really confuse them or hurt them or do some damage. But I think Brooke did not think that Alex was actually going to fight back. She really thought that she was just going to be a little wussy and walk off and let her pop her in the face. But I think Alex was smart. She was like, okay, if she's going to start shit, then there can be shit. But I'm not going to be the one that starts it first in case she wants to be on any police type shit and press charges. But since she came up and popped her in the face, then Alex had all access. Brooke knew she looked like she lost that fight, so that's why after Alex walked off, she was trying to do everything she could to save her pride in that moment. She's like, oh, well, you walked away. You must be the one that's scared. And Alex went up to her car, and she locked her car, rolled her window down, and gave Brooke one last final message and said, look, I could have gave you some information, but you can't talk to me. And Brooke pretty much was like, F that information. She acted like she didn't give a damn. She was still taunting Alex and talking shit to Alex for locking her vehicle. I mean, which I don't blame her, though. Brooke's unhinged. You don't know what the hell she'll do next. Alex started talking to the producers and said, look, it's disappointing. She really could have got some information for me. And then producers were like, well, what is that information? And, you know, Alex still could have been petty and been like, you know what, I'm not going to tell you guys shit because you just had me up here fighting this girl and dealing with all this childish BS. But she's like, yeah, well, JK and me were banging. We're not banging anymore, but we were hooking up. Yeah, he did get me pregnant, and yes, I did have a miscarriage. And what the hell is up with Brooke? She's out here thinking that she's pregnant, yet she's out here throwing hands with people. Like, you should not be fighting if you're pregnant. That's just another thing that makes me think that she's not really pregnant, because she's still vaping like no other, out here fighting. And then, like I said, it looks like a few of her positive pregnancy tests are like those tests that you can get from Amazon that are the fake positive pregnancy tests that no matter what, they always show up positive, which I didn't even know that was a thing until I heard about them after that episode. But yeah, Alex ended up spilling the tea to the producers, and I think the producers are going to tell Brooke eventually. And then Brooke walked off, called JK, and had to tell JK, oh yeah, I just beat your girlfriend's ass. When did that happen, Brooke? Because that is not what we saw. And, you know, she's probably out here telling everybody, oh, yeah, I beat Alex's ass. And then everyone probably saw the show Friday night was like, damn, Brooke is a damn liar. But now I'm second-guessing everything that Brooke is saying. Is she's really going to try to convince us that she won that fight. But, yeah, so Brooke told JK, and JK had nothing to say. He just sat there all quiet on the other end of the phone call when she sat there and told him, oh yeah, I heard that she's pregnant with your baby. He didn't know what to say. He knew that he was stuck in a corner with no way out. I just feel like he's really not probably going to have a lot to say as she continues to press him on this, because he knows he's guilty and he really knows all the evidence is there. And as Chance would say, the proof is in the pudding. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.